How's it going, everyone? This is the Anime Man. Welcome back to some more Sound of Drop. So last episode we read that diary with that mysterious girl who I guess we're not following anymore. I don't know, she was a bitch in the last episode anyway, even though we saved her ass. So now we're just wandering around the aquarium and figuring out how the hell we're gonna get out of this hellhole. Because yeah, sure is a hellhole, you know what I mean? Alright, let's keep going. After I leave the staff room and walk for a bit, the entrance gate appears in my line of sight. I exit into a different place from the staff passageway I entered with Hyo-san. This aquarium has more back passages than I thought. Thinking it over, I've almost walked the entire aquarium. The only places I haven't visited are places for authorized personnel only, and the closed-off deep-sea fish booth. Diagonally across from this area is apparently an authorized personnel only space, the director's office, reachable by going behind the Fish of the World booth. There's a map for authorized personnel to use hanging on the door to the staff room. If I head out from the tunnel tank, I can make something out of the shortcut, but I'm afraid of the flying cutlass fish. Going through the door will probably cause the state of things to change, but I can't handle things getting as bad as the tank breaking or something like that again. If that's the case, I'll have to go by the jellyfish booth. Great! In that room, even if the glass is broken, I know I can deal with it. If I walk carefully, I won't fall. I can't slope around here. Closing up the map and starting to walk, the gate to Mountain Aquarium appears in my line of sight. I wonder if I can get out this way. The question born from within me has a simple solution. That girl had said this aquarium was isolated in a different dimension, but she had also said that she had not tested that idea. I think I should try tossing something in, so I roll a bucket that had been knocked over. The bucket passes through the gate, and at the very center of the gate, it disappears. It vanished. From here, I can see the Mountain East building elevator. There might be some value in using my own body to test it. Yeah! I mean, if we try it, I have a feeling we're gonna die. Let's see what kind of horrible death it ensues. I prepare myself, then push the door to the automatic turnstile with my hands. Oh god, that's loud! What? For some time my consciousness feels like it's gone hazy. When my head clears I can hear the sound of chatter. Could I be... What's wrong? This is Mountain Aquarium, isn't it? Yes, that's right. You can purchase tickets over there. Notice that I look disoriented. A woman speaks to me in a kind voice. Her uniform is the same, but her manner is quite different from Saginuma-san's. It's kind. Could it be... I've no room for any doubts. Numerous people are entering and exiting through the gate. I can't hear any strange screams either. I was able to get back. But I have no time for relief. There are some problems that remain unsolved. I'd like a return ticket, please. I hold out my ticket and complete the re-entry procedure. I pass through the gate and find only customers having their fill in the aquarium. What the fuck? The Fish of Tokyo Bay booth is exactly the same as it was before. I am able to pass through the tunnel tank normally. There is no danger of anything like the flying cutlass fish. In the Fish of the World booth, there are tons of brightly coloured fish. There are no mummified dead bodies or fragments of destruction. The jellyfish booth is as pretty as ever. However, with no phenomena taking place, this only causes my uneasiness to grow. I can't get back. The fact that I came back but now can't return is quite a contradiction. But that's the way it is after all. I want to return to that Mountain Aquarium that is full of phenomena, a different dimension, side-by-side worlds, parallel worlds. Whatever they really are is irrelevant. I just need to return to Himeno's side. What do I do? I run through the entire aquarium once. Even so, nothing happens. That Mountain Aquarium with the heavy atmosphere, it's gone away somewhere. Big sister. Muddy! I am aware that it's an auditory hallucination. I just wish that she could hear me. After that, I search for Himeno until the building closes. But with a staff member hanging around me and urging me to go home, I am finally forced out. Slumping my shoulders, I tell the police what happened. "5 days ago, Himeno's parents filled a missing persons report. Despite my frantic feelings, no news comes about Himeno. Clownfish. On my end, I haven't had any major accidents. In regards to myself, even outside the aquarium I've begun to see fish. I trip over things that aren't there. I start to feel like I'm going to drown. Mum and everyone else was worried about me. For the past 3 days, it's been getting hard to breathe. It's hard to breathe. What the fuck's going on? Finally, 1 week later, I'm in a bed. Yes, I've been admitted to a hospital near Mountain. While the cause is unknown, my lungs seem to be failing. Now I can't breathe without a machine to assist me. I wonder how long I'll be hospitalized. As much as I love reading, I've grown tired of even that. From the hospital window, I can see the top of Mountain East building. Himeno. Even though I want to speak her name, my voice won't come out. My trachea is just too weak for it. If I can, I want to eat ice cream once more. My beloved cookies and cream with my beloved Himeno. That is, the future of the reckless. Fuck! I thought it was gonna be like a much more like gruesome, like gory death, but no. That was just a sad fucking death, dude. Holy shit. Damn! Fuck that shit, man. I think I'd much rather the quick and gruesome death if I were Himeno. Oh, not Himeno, fucking Mayu. Whatevs. Okay, fuck that shit. Let's not do that. The test having gone well, it still isn't a guarantee that I can get back to the Mountain Aquarium where phenomena was happening. Even if I succeed, I'll be separated from Himeno. But I'll definitely get home. I muttered to myself. It's strange since it's as if I'm talking to the entrance gate, but it's a declaration of my resolve. As I move forward, I spot the souvenir shop. It makes sense as I'm going back the way I came, but it gives me mixed feelings. Oh, hey girl. Huh? It is there that I witness an unexpected sight. The girl from earlier is standing in front of the souvenir shop, apparently lost in thought. You! So the coordinates where the door led has to be fixed by someone. Otherwise there will be no way you could have come across me being attacked by the orca in the machine room. I don't really get what the girl, who is reassuring herself, is saying, so I changed the subject. What's wrong? Did something happen at the souvenir shop? Just now, it looked like someone went inside. Someone? I don't know. It was just as they went in, but thanks to whoever it was, the coordinates are fixed on a safe place. It could have been Muddy! Your missing little sister, right? I'm sorry, but no, it was definitely an adult. I glance over at the entrance of the souvenir shop. Even as I peer through the semi-transparent wall, there are no human shadows. Still, if the person she saw walked through a door and moved to different coordinates, it wouldn't be strange for there to be no one in there. The girl said it was an adult. Could it be Hiyoshi-san? Hiyoshi? Who's that? Someone who saved me when I was caught up in the dangers of Mountain Aquarium. He went crazy in a staff passageway and I moved ahead on my own. After I explain as simply as possible what happened back then, the girl just nods and says, Well, he might have regained his sanity and found an exit, or he might be wandering around still crazy. Whichever it is, I think it's worth checking out. Hyo-san seemed like he knew things about Mountain Aquarium. Well, why don't you go? I'll be waiting here. Huh? Aren't you coming with me? Got all the way to my throat before I gulped it back down. Either way, if he's not here, we might not be able to go through the door and return to this safe place. Right, I don't know this Hyo-san's face, so it's better for you to go. Come back in 5 minutes. If you don't, he'll leave me? Of course, the two of us both dying or getting hurt would just be stupid. You're mean, or I got it. Yeah, we've already established he's mean, so I got it. Got it. Oh, you're so sincere. I don't think you're mistaken in what you said. Huh, well, I'll wait for you without worry. Okay. Another gruesome death? Here we go. Oh, it's a good sign when this music starts to play. Quietly I opened the door to the souvenir shop. The door closed on its own, now that I had even tried to leave it open. Well, not that I even tried to leave it open. Thinking back on it, no matter what room I entered, the door always shut on its own. The lights aren't on, but I can still see where I'm going by the light shining through the semi-transparent wall. The only thing I can't see is the girl. The scenery visible from this room seems to reflect the time distortion affecting this room as well. The fact that I've become this used to these strange phenomena is a little weird, even to me. The souvenir shop hasn't changed that much from how I remember it. Numerous shelves are arranged so that the purpose of each is visible. There are some for confectionaries, stationery, and stuffed animals. The keychains and cell phone straps are in a place that stands out. Since I can't find any calendars or magazines, I don't know how many years ago, or from now, this is. Inside the glass balls on the shelves are specimens of shrimp and jellyfish. Their price is high. Maybe this is the present. As one might expect, there is no sign of a shopkeeper. I walk the perimeter of the store in a semicircle. I study the room carefully, but find nothing. There are so many things that catch my interest, but I can't seem to get disinterested in picking them up and looking them over closely. That crystal-like necklace, the seal stuffed animal. Right now, I have no interest in orca or jellyfish merchandise. Oh, well, naturally. I wouldn't either if I was in your fucking position. Now that I know how a dog... Wait, what? Now I know how a dog being made to wait for a treat feels. I should check over here as well. I go behind the cash register counter, where I normally wouldn't be allowed to look. This is the stuffs. It's what you would call a back room. There are boxes full of products, a safe, and even employee uniforms. It looks similar to the staff room where the girl and I saw the diary, only this room is more narrow. Inside the back room, I find a door. Since this is a place for bringing in merchandise, it makes sense that there will be a passageway connecting it to it somewhere. I reach out to see for myself, but it's locked. No good, huh? As I turn back, thinking that this has been fruitless. Fruitless. Good spelling, bro. I find something. A lanyard with an ID card. It's been thrown on the ground, so I pick it up and take a closer look. I strain my eyes in the darkness. It bears the name Hiyoshi Kenji. It's Hiyoshi-san. It's Kenji-san. It's Hiyoshi-san. This is Hiyoshi-san's. It's the same as the employee ID card that Hiyoshi-san had before we entered Mountain Aquarium. There's no picture on it, so it's just words, but I remember it. The card is spotless. Unexpectedly, he's showing some propriety. So Hiyoshi-san has been here. Does that mean the one the girl saw was him? Could it be that he headed for somewhere else from this room, but he was able to lock the door? When I entered the souvenir shop, he was already on his way out, and I only came after he had locked the door. I just missed him. I don't think there's anything else important here. I'll go back and tell that girl. I say that just as I realize it's almost been 5 minutes, so I'm glad this is a safe place. Oh god. As if in reaction to the fact that I'm leaving, the sound of a dull thunk echoes. Kya! Oh, I got a achievement. Not yet. I let out a small scream. The sound is that of something falling. Even in the gloom, I can make out the outline of what fell. What the fuck? That's a frog! Of all animals, why a frog? Why? Do they even have frogs in aquariums anymore? I don't think they have frogs in the aquarium near my place. What? It's just a frog. Not what? There shouldn't be frogs in the souvenir shop. The proof of its identity is the shiny exterior that doesn't belong to an ornament or a toy. It's a large toad. I think it's the appropriately named giant toad. The reason I know about it is because a TV show was talking about it recently. The story was about how, in Australia, the toad had been imported for pest control, but before they realised that its population had increased and was disrupting the ecosystem. Yeah, they're called cane toads, not giant toads. And they are a pest in Australia. I fucking hate them. Characteristic of this species is the gland on its back of its head that looks like a wart, from which it seems they can eject venom. This venom was cited as the cause for alligators and other native species being killed. Yep. That's right, poison! What bad luck. I think as I clench my fist, but it's only one. I put a little more space than necessary between us in order to avoid the giant toad. That way, even if there's another lurking nearby, I should be okay. The shells become a wall for me. Even though frogs have the ability to jump, they shouldn't reach that high. It's really loud for being just one toad, making a glap sound rather than a normal croak. Glap, glap, glap. Nailed that. Although it's poisonous, hearing its cry in a safe place like this makes me think of it as cute. Even though I think that I can't be careless. A popping sound resonates once more. The toad cries out, going from a death rattle-like sound to thin breathing, then finally a pause. It soon resumes with an even lower voice than before. What? What the fuck? Okay! I take a look where the toad was. Huh! It is nothing less than ghastly. The toad had been crushed by another frog that had fallen from the ceiling. Its 4 legs are widespread, its internal organs leaking from its abdomen due to the fall. But that isn't all. The second frog has a white striped pattern characteristic of a certain type, but I don't know its name. When the other frog fell on the giant toad, it stimulated the gland, so naturally poison leaked out. At the edge of its right foot, its toes have been melting. Melting? No way. The frog's poison isn't acid. It paralyzes or acts as a neurotoxin. If it gets in your eyes, you lose your eyesight, but basically it's for catching prey by poisoning it to death. This poison is different and more brutal. However, the second frog is even more menacing. As if taking vengeance for the right leg it lost to the poison, it secretes its own venom. The toad's corpse puts up no resistance, its body steadily melting away. I pinch my nose at the mixed stench of the dead body and the acid. Sorry, I just imagined that. Even as my spine grows cold, the room steadily becomes humid, most likely due to the breath of the living creatures in the room. The sight of the frog melting away from the poison is enough to cause bile to rise up in me for a moment. but there's no way I can look away from it. Beyond the fact that I don't know what's going to happen next, I have to pay attention as I head for the exit. I look up at the ceiling, but there's no sign that I'm being followed by any frogs. It's as if they fell from nowhere. If one falls on me, it means this place isn't safe anymore. I speed up as I head for the exit. The reason I don't break into a full run is because I know I might trip or fall at the same time like this. Plop, plop, plop. A nearby sound fills me with fear and despair. God! Oh, I'm sorry for any viewers who do not like frogs, but this must be hell for you. Frogs fall right in front of me. 3, 4. It becomes difficult to count them. Just as I panic and attempt to turn back, I hear noises from behind me. Croak. Blah. They begin to speak in unison. The frogs are actually singing in a round, but I hate that they sound so joyful. Hearing the frogs' croaks on either side of me leaves me with nothing but fear. If I step on one of them, the poison will probably dissolve my foot. That being said, there isn't enough room to leap over them, and if I do, one of them may jump up and touch me. As if preparing to attack me while I'm off guard, their numbers increase even further. Crowded into such a small space, they are melting each other's bodies with their poison. Ugh. I avert my eyes from the damaged frogs. As the danger increases, it's not a tragedy I can continue to watch. As the amount of bodily fluids on the floor increases, the frogs who step in the puddles of poison have their toes melted off. Then they secrete their own fluids and the cycle repeats. On top of that, there are those whose bodies are melted by their own poison as well. Ew. Somehow suppressing whatever is welling up inside me, I finalize my pain. Over here! I pull some merchandise off the shelf with my hand and make some space. The original 2 are still left, but it's better than being surrounded. I step out onto the floor and leave the shelf. To keep them from reproducing anymore. Quickly! No! Oh god! Oh, those colourful frogs. They're poison dart frogs, I believe. As if they have been lying in wait, numerous frogs fall from every which way. They're small creatures with shrill voices, red and yellow, green and striped and varied. The intense amount of colour saturation is making me feel sick. I know this variety of frog well. Among poisonous frogs, it is the most infamous type. Told ya! A poison dart frog. Nailed it! Even under normal circumstances, it carries deadly poison stronger than that used in blow darts. If the strength of that poison has been taken to intense levels like the other creatures here, it could probably instantaneously melt even my bones. What should I... There is still a distance between the door and I. 3 steps. No matter what, I can't take those 3 steps. There's nowhere for my feet to land. The floor is covered in the squishy bodies of the frogs and their acidic poisonous fluids, as well as the corpses of those frogs that had melted over themselves. Not knowing where they're coming from, there's nothing I can do. Even the sweat falling from my forehead seems like venom to me, as if some kind of illusion. Shh. Was she about to say shit? I don't know what to... I don't want to see it as if nothing else can be done, but... You're slow. A light suddenly shines through the darkness. The soft breeze blowing in through the crack returns me to my senses. Cover your eyes. Oh, jizzy all over the screen! Immediately after saying this, the girl pulls the pin from the fire extinguisher she's holding. The entire inside of the souvenir shop is filled with the smoke from the fire extinguisher. Fire extinguisher! But now we can't jump over the frogs! I can see what's going on. This isn't all. What's going on? Almost in sync with the girl's voice, the sprinklers activate. A large amount of water immediately sprays us, an amount greater than the strongest rain striking my body. Gah! When I open my eyes, the girl reaches out her hand with a firm expression. While the water's running, even if you get hit with a little venom, it will wash right off. Don't be afraid, just run for it. If you fall, you'll die. The floor is soaked. I might slip. At that moment, I falter and... run straight through. Got it. I have no time for doubt. I run for it through the rain from the sprinklers. Gah! I try to run without looking at my feet. The sensation of squishing the slippery meat continues. The liquid that gets scattered around with the squirting sound is washed off in the rain. Just 3 steps. That's just a moment. Did I do it? Yeah! I didn't get a bad end this time. Ah. Idiot. With one last step, I stumble. The girl grabs me with her extended hand and pulls me up. I collapse, but it's outside of the souvenir shop. The door is already closed. There are no frogs anywhere. Thank you. But it's already been more than 5 minutes, so why? As I catch my breath, I express my thanks to the girl. I just remembered that I owe you a debt. You are kind. I might have misjudged you a bit. You didn't misjudge me. If you had hesitated any further, I would have closed the door. But you believed in me, right? That I could do it? You're gonna drive me nuts, so stop it with that stuff. What a fucking tsundere bitch! Expressionlessly, the girl says this in a flat tone. Holding on to this gentle feeling, I prepare to move on. Speaking honestly, I want to rest here like this. My clothes are soaked, and I've used up a lot of my strength. However, it feels like if I were to really relax, I might never get up again. If I don't keep my momentum, I can't save Himeno. I'm able to regain some relief from resting against the wall. The girl who rescued me seems to be resting just like I am. This gacha is... As we were resting against the wall, I realized that the type of gacha situated in front of the souvenir shop has changed. How ironic. 5 years ago. What do you mean? You said it yourself, that your sister went missing 5 years ago. You remembered? Of course. Inside the gacha machines there are many keychains. They all have charms with various creatures attached to the droplets. The link between Muddy and I, and now the item of my memories that links Himeno and I as well. My little sister, her name is Muddy. I didn't ask. You see, 5 years ago, we had an argument over keychains. Muddy wanted my jellyfish one, but I wouldn't trade with her. She disappeared sulking. Still didn't ask. Just fucking listen to a story! I have this one. I take the keychain and I had received from Himeno out of my pocket. It's the one with the starfish attached to the droplet. Huh? As I hold it out to the girl, I realize there's something attached to the back. Ah, a picture painted on a sticker. It's a pretty old sticker at that. A small girl. Wait, hold on. Who the fuck is that? Is that the chick that we're talking to right now? Huh. It's a pretty old sticker at that. A small girl and a man embracing her. The two of them are smiling and seem to be having a lot of fun. The man who's wearing a suit and seems quite serious is probably her father. The words Mountain Aquarium run along the picture's border. The souvenir shop had a sticker photo booth, but I'm sure they took this picture here. More than anything else, I'm disturbed by the fact that the girl in the picture looks like Muddy. Oh, it does look like Muddy, okay. It's not just her face, but her long hair, and that smile too. As a big sister, this girl seems like she could be Muddy's twin. Hey, that's... Pointing to the keychain, the girl speaks. My consciousness is yanked back from my memories. What is it? I ask the girl as she shows interest in the keychain, but I receive no response. Her averted eyes tell me nothing. Your little sister, she went missing here, right? Huh? Yeah. The girl suddenly changes the subject back, leaving me a bit flustered. She doesn't press any further with questions. It's the same with my dad. Huh? But in my case, I know he's dead rather than missing, so it's different. I know he was murdered. Your father was murdered? I can't grasp the detached way the girl is speaking. She's talking about her own family member, but the girl is completely apathetic. She has the calm of someone reading a newspaper article aloud. Well, I'm going now. But... I haven't heard all of the girl's story yet, and if things get like they were before, it would be better if there were two of us. The words won't come out right, but the state of panic I'm in should be enough to express what I want to say. However, the girl stands her ground to the end. When I'm with you, you hold me back. Hold you back? What do you mean? If dying is what it takes for me to learn the truth, then that's fine. You can never resolve yourself to that. Fine with dying? You can't let yourself die? Shut up. Shut up. You're awful. You have that friend Himeno, right? If you die, what happens to her? I have no idea whether or not this is her way of trying to encourage me. However, I understand what she's trying to say. She's trying to say that each of us is on our own. Let's become friends. The way you can't say so easily that you're fine with dying, right? That part of you is exactly what I meant when I said you hold me back. Without answering my question, the girl pushes me away. What a bitch! Swiftly turning her back on me, the girl walks on ahead. What should I have done? I stay where I am until the girl's back becomes so small I can no longer see it. Fucking terrible. Fucking terrible. I pass in front of the souvenir shop, then end up standing in front of the door to the jellyfish booth. I wonder if the girl is already gone. If she ended up in a safe place, she's probably already passed through it. If nothing happens, it takes less than a minute to pass through the jellyfish booth. If by any chance she's still there, she'll surely just meet in passing. The girl's determined to take a different path than I wonder what will happen to me. I may return to a point before the tank glass ruptured, or I may end up in the jellyfish booth sometime after the tank glass ruptured. I'll never know if I don't try going in. I become cautious, slowly open the door. That creak, though. Huh? At that moment, the air becomes shaky. What is this? It's different. The field of view before me becomes red, and the air becomes so cold it could freeze. There is no longer a matter of dimensions, of wondering what time period this is. Something is different. This jellyfish booth is distinctly in a different place from the aquarium. All the wonder in the tanks. It's red. In the jellyfish booth, I know the transparent jellyfish are illuminated by various colours of lighting. The reds and purples are usually a pretty sight, but this place is different. All the pillar-shaped tanks are bright red. It's a repulsive sight. as if all of the water had been replaced with blood. I have to go. A bit confused, I take a step forward. Despite the fact that the floor at my feet should be solid, I stagger. My sense of equilibrium is off. I proceed 1, then 2 steps. At that point, I start to feel like I might fall. Even so, I head further inside. If I can pass through another door, I should be able to escape this bizarre phenomenon. No matter what, I have to hurry. Ah! Suddenly, I stumble and place my head on a pillar tank. The temperature of the tank is slightly warmer than that of the cold air. Huh? Just as I'm about to move forward using the tank to support myself, I peer into the red water. Where there should be jellyfish floating around, there is something completely different. Oh my titty fucking Christ! What? I'm sorry! Oh, that's creepy! No! I'm unable to stop the scream that bursts from my mouth. An unbelievable sight stops me in my tracks. A face! A face! Gah! Human faces float about. Whatever is below the neck appears as if it's been assimilated into the blood, blending in with the contents of the tank. It isn't just one of them. Just as with the previous jellyfish booth, there are more and more and more. I wobble and break away from the tank, landing on my backside. I don't know whose face it is. It's not as if it would be someone I know. But no matter which face it is, they all seem to be staring at me, here in the heart of the jellyfish booth. Taking a step back, I see all of the tanks have human faces floating inside them. They have some differences, such as some faces being blank, some have their eyes bulging open, and some have bloodshot eyes, but they are all looking at me. What is this? That face over there's nose is twitching, this face's lips trembling, and way over there, that one has a crease in its brow. My beat hearts faster. My heart beats faster. In the rhythm with my heartbeat, I experience a hallucination that the faces in the tanks are drawing closer. No, this is... Oh god, they're all looking at me! No, it isn't a hallucination. I am certain that all of these faces are getting closer to me. The fact that they are getting larger serves as proof. The boundary between the tanks and the air is gradually being removed. This room is becoming all water. The faces are swimming in that water, drawing me closer to me. As the faces draw closer, the sound within the water grows louder. Rather than someone's laughing voice, it is the sound of someone sobbing that grows louder instead. Either way is the same to me, wearing away at my mental state. Stop it! A voice unfamiliar to me is sneering at me. Little by little, these unfamiliar faces are closing in on me. Before I realize that my feet can no longer confirm whether the floor is there or not. Oh my fuck, that is creepy! I have to go! So I put all my strength into my knees. I've already learned that time is of essence. I have to take some sort of action. Should I use force? Should I steady myself to move easier? If distance is the issue, then the way I came is just a bit closer. Alright, sorry to cliffhanger you guys, but I'm gonna end this episode right here. Why does this game get creepier and creepier? It's so fucking awesome though, I love that. Alright guys, so let me know what I should do in the comments below. Move on or go back. Woo! Man, this is gonna be interesting. Oh man, I can't wait for the bad end of this episode. Anyways guys, hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. As always, like and favorite if you enjoy. Subscribe for more anime banter. Keep watching anime. Ciao!